Welcome, Wildcat fans. I'm Cindy McCarthy, and I am in Central City tonight. And we are bringing you this broadcast of varsity softball. This is our first softball game of the year, and it's a beautiful night. And hopefully, a lot of people are out here supporting the girls. But if you can't make it, hopefully, you're listening to the Wildcat Sports. It's been a crazy spring, I guess, to put it mildly, and I do want to apologize right off the bat. We did a varsity baseball game, tried to do a varsity baseball game last week, and it was a little rough. We were having some Wi-Fi problems, so we've hopefully got things figured out, and this is coming to you loud and clear, and everything will work all right tonight is what I'm hoping. And so, as I mentioned, we're live here in Central City, and it's a beautiful night. A little steamy, not too bad though. Good night for a softball game. And they're going with the starting lineups here. And due to social distancing, I did not go into the dugout to get the lineup. So I'll try to, as the batting order, as they go through the order here, I'll try to set the stage for everybody. Before we get started any further, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to our sole sponsor that allows us to bring our Wildcat Sports to all of you Wildcat fans is Next Bank. Next Bank represents a new approach to banking in Iowa, expanded services, more technology, and increased personal attention. If you want to take your banking to the next level, Next Bank is for you. Next Bank is proud to sponsor Central City Sports, member FDIC, equal housing lender. So I'm excited for tonight. I haven't had a chance to see the girls play. We did the broadcast for the varsity baseball game when they played Tipton, so that was a JV varsity doubleheader, and then I was able to catch another game last week. But this is my first time watching the softball team, so I'm anxious to see how things go tonight. The Wildcats are coming in here with a 3-3 record. They started off the season at North Lynn and got swept two pretty competitive games. But North Lynn is the defending, I think they're in 1A, defending 1A state champs. And so they have a lot back from last year's team. And I haven't looked at the rankings, but I'm assuming they're highly ranked, if not number one. I'm not sure. So the Wildcats dropped two there. Then I think it was last Monday they played Springville, and they had a split with Springville. And they won the first contest, and then they got beat the second contest. And so that put them at 1-3. And then last night they played at Alburnett in a makeup game and were able to come away with a sweep of the Alburnett Pirates. Sounds like some good softball was being played. And so that brings them into tonight's contest against Cal-Wheat. We're hosting the Calmus-Wheatland. And so the Wildcats are 3-3 and hoping to build now on that two-game win streak that they put together last night. So we'll see how things go tonight here. As I mentioned, they're introducing the players here, and I'll get everything kind of squared away as we go along. I don't have the lineups, so I'll get that figured out as we go. I'm doing this solo tonight, so you'll have to bear with me a little bit as I try to keep score so I can keep you guys updated out there and kind of keep track of the game here. So as I mentioned, they're doing the starting lineups right now, and I'm going to take a real brief second here as they play the national anthem. All right, so there's the national anthem. And we will be playing softball here shortly. Cal-Wheat comes into tonight's game at 2-6 with a 2-6 record. So I'm sure the Wildcats are feeling confident that hopefully that they can put here a little streak together. And so we'll just have to wait and see. You got to play every game. You can't just go by stats. So looks like Sarah Reed is going to be on the mound for the Wildcats. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like Sarah, I guess. I couldn't hear the introduction, so I'm kind of guessing here. But I don't. Looks like Sarah Reed on the mound for the Wildcats. So we appreciate everybody listening tonight, and hopefully everybody's having a good summer. And just kind of a few things, I guess, if you haven't been to a softball game or a baseball game here at Central City, just kind of FYI, due to the COVID and pandemic and stuff, we are playing softball, but there is no concession stand and no setting in the bleachers, so you have to bring your own chair. So if you haven't been out to a game and you're going to try to get to one, just an FYI. And first batter's up for Cal-Wheat. And I think that was a ball. Looked like a little change up there, and it's going to be another ball. Again, I'm going to try to keep score here and keep track of things for you so you know what's going on, but my scoring is not going to be official, FYI. So Sarah Reed is on the mound here for the Wildcats tonight. So it's 2-2. And there's a foul ball, goes back, right over the back of the backstop. So it's going to make it 2-2 still. These pitching stats I don't think are updated. They don't include last night's game. So Sarah's going to probably come into tonight's game with and there's a strikeout. So there's one out. There's a swing and a foul ball. One out here in the first inning. So Sarah, I'm guessing, comes in with a 2-1 record for the Wildcats. Her and Leah Weber are the pitchers, and Sarah usually pitches the first game, and Leah pitches the second game. So 2-1 record. There's a swing and a miss, and actually there's a swing and a strikeout. So 2 strikeouts, 2 outs in the inning. And there's a hit, but it's going to be a foul ball down the right field line. So there's going to be 1 strike. Sarah's working quick and working ahead of the batters. And there's going to be a hit to the second baseman, and they pick it up, and there's the 3rd out of the inning. So no hits, no runs, no errors there in the top of the first for the Wildcats. I should say holding Cal-Wheat to that line. No hits, no errors, 2 strikeouts for Sarah. So now we have Cal Wheat taking the field, and we will have the Wildcats here coming up to bat. Again, I started to say, if you haven't been to a game, no setting in the bleachers, so you need to bring your own chair. There's no concession stands, so make sure you, if you need something to snack or drink. And to be honest, I don't think they're charging this year because there's only like 2 weeks of a season or 3 weeks of a season. And I know in the baseball game they didn't charge, and they were just asking for a monetary donation if you feel like doing that. So if you come out to a game, those are sort of the guidelines, and obviously they want you to try to practice social distancing. All right, and here we go. First pitch is a strike. That's going to be a ball. There's going to be a hit. Nice play by the center fielder. So the ball goes out to center field. Center fielder did a nice job of picking that up on a one hop. And that's going to be a single. I think the next batter up is going to be Leah Weber. And there's a stolen base. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes. So Wildcats have the lead runner got a hit. Second on the steal, and Leah Weber's up, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. And it looks like it's going to be 3 balls and no strikes. And there's the pitch. Ooh, and they called it pitch a little high. Leah batting from the left-hand side. She's your prototypical slapper. And there's going to be a hit, and it goes right over the shortstop's head. And Natalie Noonan is going to be able to advance to third on that well-placed ball. And Leah is going to moves up to second on the throw to third there. So we've got runners on first and second. Or I'm sorry, we have runners on second and third. I think Lacey Hennick is up. There's a pitch, and it's low, so it's going to be 2 balls and no strikes. Yeah, I think Lacey Hennick. 3-0. Runners on second and third. No outs. We're in the bottom of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors in the top of the inning for Calmus-Wheatland. And there's going to be a walk. And we're going to have bases loaded for Sarah Reed. So Sarah's up, And I do have some stats on Quick Stat, but they aren't updated after last night's game. But Sarah was hitting about 500. And there's going to be a nice play by the pitcher for Sarah, is going to get a fielder's choice. And unfortunately, the ball went straight to the pitcher, and she was able to throw out the runner at home. So Natalie is out at home. Leah Weber moves up. And she's going to be on third. Lacey's going to move up to second, and we have Sarah. So we still have bases loaded. Now we have one out. Courtesy runner in for Sarah. I didn't catch who that is. I'll see if I can figure that out here. Again, I'm doing this solo, so trying to kind of keep score and trying to keep everybody letting you know what's going on here. There's going to be a fly ball. It's going to go out to right field. The right fielder makes the catch, and there's the first run for the Wildcats on that. Leah Weber's going to come in on that sac fly. And I believe that was Cammie Ellis who got that sac. So there's 2 outs and a run scores, and the runners do move up. So Lacey is now on third, and we've got, and there's going to be a hit to the shortstop, and it gets right by the shortstop, and we've got 2 runs that are going to score on that. And so we just cleared the bases there. So we got 2 outs, 3 runs have scored. Again, we're in the bottom of the first. Wildcats take a 3-0 lead. It looks like Hannah Kramer's up. Their count is 1-0. We've got 2 outs. We've got a runner on second base here. So 3 balls and no strikes on Hannah. Again, we've got 2 outs. It's 3-0. We're in the bottom of the first. Wildcats have drawn first blood here. Let's see if they can keep things going. And I think Hannah had the red light right there, so 3-0. She took that pitch, and it's a strike, so now it's 3-1. And there's going to be another strike. So we've got a full count now. Full count, runner on second. We've got 2 outs. Hannah Kramer's at the plate. There's a swing, and it's goes right out in front of home plate about 3 feet. And the catcher is not able to get out there and do anything with it. So there's going to be a hit for Hannah. Her hardest swing of the year and the shortest hit. So she'll take that, though. And that puts runners on the corners. We've got 2 outs. Looks like Allie Fritcher's up. And got a stolen base there by Hannah Kramer. So we had a first and third situation, and Hannah took advantage of that. And we've got 2 on, 2 outs. And there's a strike, so it's going to be 1-1. Again, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of 1. 3-0 Wildcats. We'll see here if Allie Fritcher can keep things going. There's a swing and a foul ball. Goes straight back over the backstop. So that's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes on Allie. Good cut there, right on the pitch. Cal Wheat pitcher in her windup. And there's in the dirt, nice play by the catcher there to stop the ball so it doesn't get by her. So it makes that 2-2. And there's going to be a hit. It's going to, again, we hit the top of the ball. And a big full swing, and the ball only went about 6 feet. Third baseman tried to make a play, but just wasn't able to get there. And so everybody's safe. And we were able to get a run in there. So now that puts Hannah Kramer on third base. Got Allie on first. And there's another stolen base. We got Lily Kramer at the plate. Lily has no balls and 2 strikes. And Lily gets hit in the leg. So we now have bases loaded, and we are back at the top of the order for Natalie Noonan. Natalie's catching tonight. Natalie started off the inning with a hit in between the center and left fielder. She's going to break things open here if she can get another hit. And there's going to be a fly ball, and it's going to go over the right fielder's glove. It's going to go all the way to the fence. And Natalie legs out a triple there. Clears the bases. Bases clearing triple for Natalie. So just cleared the bases there for the Wildcats. Great hit by Natalie Noonan. Went over the right fielder's glove. We got a conference on the mound here for the Cal Wheat infield. I'm not sure if the coach came out. It just looks like the players talking to the pitcher. You know, really, there was 2 hits there that were big swings, and they just topped the ball, and the ball only literally went out in front of the plate like 4 feet. Other than that, the Wildcats have been hit just good solid hits, good base running, not really any errors on Cal Wheat either. So just good hitting by the Wildcats. Looks like we're going to get a courtesy runner for Natalie. And it's going to bring up Leah Weber. Leah also had a hit her first time up. Again, I mentioned that Leah is a slapper. And they're making that, adding that change. All right, so Leah's in the batter's box here. If you're just joining me, it's 7-0. And there's going to be a fly ball, and it's going to be, oh, nice play there by the second baseman. Leah jumped on that first pitch and got underneath it a little bit and flew out to the second baseman, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. So the Wildcats had a great first inning. Again, my stats are unofficial, but there were 7 runs. That can be confirmed by the scoreboard. I have 6 hits, 1 triple by Natalie Noonan, who got 3 RBIs on that 1 hit. I didn't have any errors. There could have potentially been an error, I guess, how you want to look at it. And we had 1 runner left on base. So great first inning here for the Wildcats. We'll go in here to the top of the second inning. In the first inning, the Cal Wheat went down 1-2-3. So we'll get them going here. Again, we've got Sarah Reed on the mound. Natalie Noonan's behind the plate. Looks like Lily Kramer is at short. And we got Lacey Hennigs playing third for you tonight. I'll try to get the positions here. And there's a strike on the first batter here for Cal Wheat. There's a swing and a miss on a changeup. And it looks like, I thought maybe a hit pitch, but it just got by the catcher. So we got, I think we got 1 ball, 2 strikes there. We're in the top of the second, no outs. And there it is, there's a strikeout. We're in the top of the second, we've got 1 out. It's 7-0 Wildcats. Had a big first inning. And there's a strike. Sarah's working quick and again working out in front of those batters. Doing a nice job of switching in a changeup. There's a swing and it's a foul ball. It goes off the right field side. And there's going to be the pitch. And handcuffed her, foul ball. So no balls, 2 strikes. We got 1 out. We're in the top of the second. Wildcats up 7-0. Cal Wheat's in town tonight. There's a ball. See what Sarah does this pitch. And there's another foul ball. This batter's hanging in there. And there's another foul ball. So we got 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. This gal's battling Sarah up there. We'll see who can win this. And there's another foul ball. See if Sarah comes with a changeup. This girl seems to be out in front of her a little bit. See if she comes with something a little different, throws her off balance, gets a strikeout here. And it's a high ball, and it's, just goes over the glove of Hannah Kramer, who's playing second. So there's going to be the first hit of the night for Cal Wheat. And they've got 1 out, 1 on. We're in the bottom of the, or top, I'm sorry, top of the second. Whoa, I just had a gust of wind. Lost all my papers, thank you. Gust of wind came out of nowhere and blew a whole bunch of my papers. Luckily, we've got a quick thinking fan who picked them up for me. So, I'm going to do this. All right, so again, we're in the, we are in the top of the second, 7-0 Wildcats. Got a runner on first. There's 1 out, and there's a pop-up, and it's going to go out to Leah in center field, who gets it in, and the runner is going to have to stay at first. So that's going to be 2 outs. Still have a runner on first. It's 0-1 on the batter. And there's a changeup, and she just hits the end of her bat, and it goes foul. Good hustle let back there by Natalie Noonan. So it's 7-0 here in the bottom of the second. Two strikes on the, oh, and she just took the called third strike right there. Saw that coming all the way. All right, so Wildcats give up one hit in that inning. Sarah gets 2 more strikeouts, so she's got 4 strikeouts in 2 innings. Gotta like to see that. All right. So we're going to have our number 3, 4, and 5 hitter up for the Wildcats. Looks like we're going to have Lacey Hennick, who's at third base. And there's going to be a hit for the Wildcats. Going to go out to center field. All right, we got Sarah Reed up. And we got the runner on first. We've got 3 balls. And there's the 4th one. So Sarah Reed's going to take a walk. It's going to put Lacey on second. And that's going to bring up Cammie Ellis. Cammie flew out to the right fielder with a sacrifice fly. Her first time up at bat. Brought in a run for the Wildcats. So right now we're in the bottom of the second. No outs, 2 on. Move up to second on the throw home. So there's another hit, another run. It makes it 8-0 Wildcats. And we've got Emma Fritcher up. Fritcher had a hit in the first inning and scored a run. And there's a swing and a foul ball. So we got no outs. Got runners on second and third. Wildcats got another run in, makes it 8-0. And we've got Fritcher at the plate. Fritcher's playing first base tonight. And a little high there. So we've got 1-1 on Fritcher. A little low right there. So It's going to make it 2-1 on Emma Fritcher. Again, Wildcats have runners on second and third. No outs. We're in the bottom of the second. Wildcats up 8-0. And there is a hit out to the right fielder. She catches it. And on the tag up, I'm not sure who the courtesy runner was for Sarah, but they scored on that tag up. So Fritcher is going to get a fly out to right, and that's going to be a sacrifice. It's going to be the first out of the inning for the Wildcats. And it's going to bring up Hannah Kramer. Hannah's at second base tonight. Hannah had to hit her first. Wildcats have kept the pressure on the Cal-Wheat by having runners on more times than not. So we got, looks like 3 balls and no strikes. We've got 1 out. 10-0 Wildcats here in the bottom of the second. And there's going to be a walk. So Hannah Kramer here, we talked about getting some base runners on, putting a little pressure on Cal-Wheat. And that's going to bring up Allie Fritcher. Allie's playing left field tonight. There's a swing and a miss. And stolen base for Hannah Kramer. So Hannah has put herself in scoring position for Allie Fritcher. Allie again playing left field. Stole a base and scored. And there's another swing and a foul ball. So no balls, 2 strikes on Allie. We've got a runner in scoring position on second, Hannah Kramer. We've got 1 out. We're in the bottom of the second for the Wildcats. And there's a ball, low inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And there's a hit to left field, and they get it in, and good base running by the Wildcats. On that hit to left field, Hannah Kramer comes around to score, and then on the throw to home, Allie Fritcher is able to get to second base and get into scoring position for Lily Kramer, who's coming up. Lily, the number 9 batter tonight, playing shortstop. Got hit by a pitch her first time up in the first inning and came around and scored. The Wildcats again keeping the pressure on Cal-Wheat, 11-0, and we're in the bottom of the second. All right, we've got 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Make that 2 balls, 1 strike. There's another ball in the dirt. Allie doesn't move to third. She's still on second. The catcher did a pretty good job of getting to that ball pretty quick, so it would have been a close play at third. There's going to be ball 4 for Lily. She works a walk out of that. So we got runners on first and second. We've got 1 out. And Natalie Noonan is up. Natalie came up in that first inning, had bases loaded and hit a triple to the fence in right field. Cleared the bases for the Wildcats, picked up 3 RBIs. Natalie's two for 2 on the night. Hasn't scored a run yet, but she does have like I said, she has a triple and a single and a stolen base and 3 RBIs for the Wildcats. She's got 2 strikes on her. She's coming up being aggressive. 2 strikes, no balls, 1 out. Runners on first and second. There's going to be a hit. It's going to go out to the center fielder. The center fielder makes a nice play and doubles up Allie Fritcher. I think Allie thought that ball was going to drop and was not able to get back after the center fielder made that catch. And so there's a double play by Cal Wheat to get out of the inning, but not after the Wildcats get 1, 2, 3, 4 runs. And again, my stats are unofficial. I have 3 hits for the Wildcats. All right, so the Wildcats are gonna take the field here, and let's see if we can't keep our defense and pitching going. So we're going to have the 8, 9, and 1 batters up for Cal Wheat. And again, we're in the top of the third. And before we get, we've got a first pitch here. And it was a strike. Sarah's done a great job of getting on top of the hitters right away. And there's going to be a swing and a foul ball. Kind of goes back behind the catcher. So we've got 0-2 just like that. Sarah's on top, 0-2. And there's a swing and another foul ball. So Sarah's stays on top 0-2. See what she can do here. She can change things up on this hitter. Again, we're at 8, 9 batters. Pitch is a little high, so it's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes. And there's going to be another foul ball. I think on defense, I can set the defense for you. You got Shelby Rollinger's out in right field. Leah Weber's in center, and we got Allie Fritcher in left. We got Lacey Hennick at third, Lily Kramer at short, Hannah Kramer at second, and Allie Fritcher at first. We've got Sarah Reed pitching and Natalie Noonan catching, and there's Sarah's another strikeout for Sarah. That's going to be her 5th strikeout of the game. Should be the number 9 batter, I believe. And Sarah starts her off with a strike. Sarah, I tell you, she throws the ball around the plate. Does a good job of changing speeds. Getting it up in the strike zone sometimes and getting it down in the strike zone. And there's the second strike. So just like that, we've got 1 out. And the second batter of the inning here is down 0-2. And there's a swing and a miss. Natalie drops it, but she's able to get it to first base, so that's going to go down as a strikeout. And that's add another strikeout. And we will go to the top of the order here. And this is the top of the order, and this gal struck out her first time up, so we'll see if Sarah can strike out the side. 2 outs, we're in the top of the third. It's 11-0, Wildcats are up. Pitch is a little inside. It looks like it's going to be 1-1 here. 2 outs, nobody on for Cal-Wheat. They've had 1 base runner. They got a hit last inning, and that's the only base runner they've had so far tonight. And there's a swing and a miss. So it's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Wildcats up 11-0. See if Sarah can finish this batter off with a strikeout and do all the work herself in this inning. And there's a foul ball, goes straight back. So this batter's going to have another chance here to see if they can do something. There's the swing and another foul ball. Cal-Wheat's battling, Sarah. Some of their batters have really battled and fouled off some pitches. Sarah's won a couple of those battles, and in the last inning, the 1 hit that they got, that batter put up a battle up there and was able to get the first hit of the game and only hit for Cal-Wheat. And there's another strikeout. That one's going to be a backwards K. So Sarah takes the side herself that inning. And it looks like Leah, then Lacey, and Sarah are going to be the batters for the Wildcats here in the top of the 3rd inning. Wildcats, to my knowledge, I don't know now. I guess I can't remember the rules. If it's a 12 runs after 3, or I think it might be 12 runs. So if the Wildcats get 1 more run, this game potentially could be over, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be wrong. I'm not sure. I don't know if they have to play 5 innings. I don't feel like they do, but I could be wrong. So anyway, we'll see what happens. So again, we've got Lacey, Sarah. Oh, I'm sorry, Leah, Lacey, Sarah, Leah. Yep, so we have Leah, Lacey, Sarah. Leah's 1 for 2, scored a run. She's had a hit. Lacey's 1 for 1, and she walked in her first at bat, so she's 1 for 1 with 2 runs. And Sarah is 0 for 1 and has scored 2 runs and has a walk. She got on a fielder's choice her first time up. So let's see what the Wildcats can do. They've had base runners every inning, obviously. They got 7 runs in the first inning, 4 in the second. So let's see what we can do here to get going on the 3rd. And there's going to be a hit by Leah, and it's going to drop in front of the right fielder, and Leah is going to be on with a single there. So Leah's getting things going right here for the Wildcats. That's going to bring up Lacey Hennick. As I mentioned, Lacey scored a couple runs here for the Wildcats, and she's got 1 hit, and she has a walk. So that's going to make her 1 for 1 tonight. And that looks like it was a strike. So no balls, 1 strike. Leah's on first. And there's a pitch. It's a little high, so we're 1-1. We are again in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Wildcats up 11-0. We're second batter of the 3rd inning, Lacey Hennick. Leah Weber's on first. No outs. Wildcats scored 7 in the first, 4 in the second. There's going to be a line drive. It goes to the second baseman, and they're going to try to turn a double play, but they did not get that. So Leah is forced out. Lacey Hennick will be on first. Sarah Reed's going to come to the plate. Again, Sarah's 0 for 1 with a fielder's choice and a walk. And there's going to be a hit to the third baseman. Third baseman scoops it up, gets it to first, so There's the second out of the inning. Runner does move up, so we have Lacey Hennick in scoring position, and that brings up Cammie Ellis. Cammie is 0 for 1, or I'm sorry, 1 for 1. She had a sacrifice fly in the first inning. Hit the ball. She just hit it right out to me. It was coming right at me, and a nice play by the left fielder here. And it's a fly out to 7. That's the left fielder. So there's the best inning. No runs that inning for the Wildcats, and they had 1 hit. So the bats kind of shut down a little bit there, and they made a couple nice plays. So the third inning, no runs for the Wildcats, so it's going to stay 0-11. And we're going to go to the top of the fourth, and Cal-Wheat will have their second 2, 3, and 4 batters up. And I have not talked about Next Bank yet here. Next Bank, what are you saving for? Whether it's retirement, your child's education, a new car, or just a rainy day, Next Bank has the right savings account for whatever's next for you. Next Bank is committed to help you achieve what's next for your financial dreams. Bank on your successes with Next Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. And we always like to give a big shout out to Next Bank. They are our sole sponsor, and they allow us to bring these broadcasts to all the Wildcat fans. Hopefully at one point in time you've listened. And here comes the next batter for the Cal-Wheat, and it is a strike. This person struck out. Sarah Reed on the mound for the Wildcats, Natalie Noonan catching. And there's another strike, so just like that, Sarah's up. No balls, 2 strikes. And again, it's 11-0. We are on the top of the fourth inning. And there's going to be a ball. Sarah's got 7 strikeouts on the night. She'd struck out the side last inning. There's a swing and a miss, and Natalie kind of got away from Natalie, but she was able to pick it up, and looks like we've got an out there. So there's a strikeout, and this brings up the number 3 hitter. Her first time up, she grounded out to the second baseman. And there's going to be a swing, and it's going to be a foul ball. Goes out of play over the Cal-Wheat dugout. And just like that, Sarah's on top. No balls, 1 strike. Sarah with the windup and the pitch, and there's going to be a swing, and right to the second baseman again, and it kind of handcuffed Hannah there. Hannah wasn't able to get her body in front of it. I don't know. That one could be a hit or an error. I don't know. It was a hard hit. Sarah just wasn't able, or Hannah just wasn't able to get her body in front of it. So that's going to give them a runner at first. And brings up the number 4 hitter who struck out her last time up. So hopefully the Wildcats can get out of here. They've got 1 out, runner on first. Up 11-0. And there's going to be a swing, and it's going to be foul. Again, it goes over the dugout there on the right side, Cal-Wheat's dugout, and goes out of play. So Sarah really works efficiently. She works ahead. Not a lot of deep counts. No balls, 2 strikes on this batter. 1 out. Ooh, she took that. It was close. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This is the second base runner that the Cal-Wheat has had. And there's a swing and a miss. And that is going to be the second strikeout of the inning and the second out of the inning. And the number 5 hitter comes up. She's the only one who's had a hit. Went over our second baseman, Hannah Kramer's head. Dropped right in front of the right fielder. See if Sarah can get her. She comes out firing. First pitch here is a strike. And the second pitch is a strike. So just like that, 0-2. We've got 2 outs. We're in the top of the fourth. Cal-Wheat's got their second runner of the game on. base right now, first base. And there's a swing and a miss, and Natalie Noonan hangs on, and there's the second 3-strikeout inning for Sarah. Gives her 10 strikeouts in 4 innings, so Sarah's having a nice outing tonight here. See if the Wildcats can't get that one run here, and I think the game will be over, so we'll see what happens. I have Emma Fritcher, Hannah Kramer, Allie Fritcher, and Lily Kramer as the batters. Emma Fritcher is 1 for 1. Hannah Kramer is 1 for 1. Allie Fritcher is 2 for 2. So got some kids with some hits. Let's see if we can't get something going. Started to mention that Next Bank is the sponsor for the Wildcat sports casting channel. It's a YouTube channel, and hopefully everything, I've seen a couple issues here. Hopefully you've been able to hear, for the most part, everything that's going on out there. The nice thing that we kind of went away from the Wildcat cast, and we kind of shifted gears a little bit and just kind of went out on our own, and it hasn't been perfect, but we feel like we've been able to bring a lot of games and entertainment to you Wildcat fans. So hopefully you're enjoying these broadcasts. We've got, again, Emma Fritcher is up, and she takes a big swing, and it's going to dribble down the third baseline, and the third baseman is not going to be able to make a play. And so there's Emma Fritcher getting the inning started off with a hit. Emma's going to stay in and run for herself, it looks like. And I've got Hannah Kramer up. Hannah has scored 2 runs, has a couple stolen bases here, has a hit. And she walked her last time at bat, and she looks like she was thinking about bunting. Not sure why you want to bunt when you're up 11-0. I guess maybe as a distraction, but then Emma didn't go, so I'm not sure if there was a miscommunication or what, if Hannah was sacrificing herself there. Now Fritcher's going, and she's out. So we just can't get that run. So Hannah Kramer is 1-1. It looks like we've got 1 out now. We are in the bottom of the 4th. Wildcats up 11-0, and there's going to be a swing and a pop-up that goes to the shortstop. So just like that, there are 2 outs for Cal Wheat. And we have Allie Fritcher up. Allie, I said, is 2 for 2 and has a stolen base and scored a run. See if Allie can get something going here with the bottom of the order. There's a swing and a foul ball. Third baseman's going to pick that up. And we're in the bottom of the 4th. 2 outs on the Wildcats here. They're up 11-0. Got 7 runs in the first inning and 4 runs in the second. Third inning, they weren't able to score a run. They had 1 hit. And there's another foul ball. It's tip of the bat, goes foul. Catcher had to go run that down, and she's getting back in position. Got a nice little crowd. We got some people sitting out in right field in their lawn chairs. There's a high pitch. Then we got some people in straightaway center field enjoying the game, and then we've got some people along here on the left-hand side, the left field side. Nice crowd tonight. And there's a nice hit, but it's foul. Line drive, foul ball. Allie Fritcher was right on that. Like to see her strain that out. That'll go to the fence, be an extra base hit. Cal Wheat's still going with the same pitcher who started the game. Now Allie's going to hit that one. It's going to the fence. 1 hop to the fence, but again, it's foul. I'm right in her line of sight, man. I hope she doesn't hit my equipment. So Allie is 0-2. 2 outs. As I mentioned, here's the windup. And there's another foul ball. She's peppering this left side. Two outs in the, there's a ball. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody's on for the Wildcats. Fritcher started the inning with a hit, got thrown out stealing, and then Hannah flew out to the shortstop, and that brings us to Allie. And just like that, the count is 2-2. Allie's hit about 4 foul balls that would have went to the fence. She gets under that one, but it goes foul again. She's really pulling it. She's out in front. She's got a bead on this pitcher, so I'd like to see her strain that out. She could hit it to straightaway center field, probably hit the fence. Wildcats need, I think, 1 run to end the game here. So we'll see what happens if we can get something going, get a rally going with 2 outs. We got Allie. And then we got Lily Kramer on deck, and then it'd be the top of the order. And there's another foul ball. Mentioned earlier in the game, in those first couple innings, some of those Cal-Wheat pitchers were giving Sarah a battle. Allie's giving this pitcher a battle. Allie's all over her. She just needs to put the bat on the ball and strain it out here, get it inside the lines. Oh, and there's another foul ball. Pitcher kind of came up with a rise ball, and Allie's able to foul that off. So we've got, again, three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Allie's been up there hitting a lot of foul balls. The pitch, oh, and she struck her out. Great at bat by Allie, and the pitcher was able to come out. Gets her first, I believe that's her first strikeout of the game. And that's going to end it for the Wildcats in that inning. All right, so we're going to go to the 5th inning here. And so it looks like they're going to have the 6, 7, and 8 batters up. And the first time up, the number 6 batter flew out to center field, and the other batters have struck out. So let's see. The last 2 innings, Sarah has struck out the side. We'll see if she can keep that going. And I'm going to give a shout out to Next Bank. Each person and family has unique financial needs. That's why we offer a variety of personal banking and lending products. We offer everything you need for your personal financial success, from checking and savings accounts to loans and online services. Next Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. And I was just kind of talking a little bit about our Wildcat Sports channel. It's a YouTube channel. And again, we used to be CatCast, so we went away from that a little bit. And I'll put a plug in here after this inning. We've got Cal-Wheat player up, last time at bat, as I mentioned, flew out to center field. And there's a strike. Sarah doesn't waste pitches. Goes right at the batter. There's a strike. No balls, 1 strike. No outs, top of 5. There's a swing and a foul ball. Goes straight back. Cal-Wheat, this is now their last at-bat if they do not get a run this inning, so I don't want to jinx them. The game will be over, so we'll see if Sarah can finish things out here. Looks like 1-1, no outs, we're top of 5. Sarah's had a nice game, 10 strikeouts in 4 innings. Goes with a change up a little high. 2 balls, 1 strike. I take that back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Forgot about that foul ball. And there's another foul ball. I will say that the Cal-Wheat batters, you know, they have fouled some pitches off, but Sarah's just been able to come up with the right pitch at the right time and get it by the batter for 10 strikeouts. So great outing by Sarah here. And there's another foul ball, goes straight back. This has been the game of foul balls. Cal-Wheat especially has really fouled off a lot of balls. Allie Fritcher in her last at bat probably had, I should have kept track, probably had at least 10 foul balls. Ooh, close pitch. So makes it full count, no outs, top of 5. Wildcats are up 11-0. And the hit to Lacey Hennick at third. And I think she hit the runner. So that's going to be not the way we want to start this inning. So we've got the 7th batter up here again who struck out. This is the 3rd base runner that Cal-Wheat's had. There's a swing and a miss. Runner is still on first, so we are in top of the 5th inning. Wildcats up 11-0. There's a swing and a miss. There's no outs. A runner on first. We hit ball to Lacey Hennick, and she had a wild throw, so they do have a runner. It's only the 3rd base runner for Cal-Wheat. This is a big pitch here for Sarah. See if she can get out of this inning with a strikeout. And there's a called 3rd strike. So there's out number 1. And we've got the 8 and 9 hitters up, and they have both struck out. So let's see if Sarah can have them do that again. So 1 out, 1 on. There's a swing and a miss. Again, it's been a pretty clean game for the Wildcats. Potentially just their first error there on that throwing error by Hennick. And there's going to be a swing, and it's a pop-up, and it's going to go, right in between the center fielder, the left center fielder, the shortstop, and the second baseman. Nobody was able to come up with that, so there's a hit. And now we have runners on first and second. And we got the number 9 hitter up, and there's going to be a swing and a pop-up. And nobody's talking. But I think Fritcher caught that ball. All right, so there's a fly out to Fritcher. So there's 2 outs. Defense here has been a little shaky this inning here. And I've got the top of the order here. And Sarah has had this batter's number, so let's see if she can keep that up. There's a foul ball straight back. So we've got 2 outs, runners on first and second. Top of the order's up, number 8. She's got 2 strikeouts. Wildcats are up 11-0. Need to get out of here with no runs. There's a ball, so 1-1. Wildcats need to make a play here. Try to get out of the inning. We got 2 outs. Sarah's got 1 strikeout, so that gives her 11 total for the game. And there's a pop-up. And it's a miss. And I see what they're. All right, so that was just some miscommunication. And again, I guess you got to give that a hit. Right fielder called off the second baseman. I feel like second baseman could have had it. They were able to score a run. So there's 1 run. So it makes it 11-1. And we've got the second batter up. It was kind of bad base running there. runners on first and second, and the runner on first just stopped. There was 2 outs, didn't understand the situation, probably potentially could have scored, should have at least be on third base, but hopefully nothing will come of it, and we will get and right there, I guess I was talking right through this batter, and just like that, there's the 3rd out. Sarah strikes out the number 2 batter, and that's going to be the 3rd out of the inning, and that should be the game. 11-1. We should win by 10-run rule right there, and that is going to do it. So game 1 is going to be 11-1 Wildcats. Sometimes, not making any excuses, but sometimes when you have a pitcher who's rolling like that, like Sarah was, sometimes the defense kind of falls asleep and and kind of loses track of things. And so, but the Wildcats were able to make that. Sarah was able to take advantage, I guess, of that running error, and Wildcats were able to get out of there 11-1. So they're going to win by the 10-run rule after 5 innings. All right, so that's going to bump up the Wildcat record now to 4-3. That makes three wins in a row after dropping their very first 2 games of the season, and then splitting their second game of the season. They again then played last night at Alburnett and swept Alburnett, and now they've got another win on this first game against Cal-Wheat. So hopefully the Wildcats here, again, I mentioned their first game was against Northland, probably potentially have the kids to defend their championship from last year. And Springville, not a bad team. I did not see that game, and I know both games were tight, so it was a big crowd, and the Wildcats won the first game, and Springville got that second game, and then again last night at Alburnett, big wins for the Wildcats last night at Alburnett to come away with 2 wins. So now hopefully they're getting some things going. Hitting looked really well tonight, especially in those first couple innings, and then we had some good pitching there by Sarah Reed, who I have officially or unofficially, I guess. I think it was 11. 12 strikeouts for Sarah, I believe. Yep, 12 strikeouts for Sarah. That gives her another win. I think it puts her at 3-1 on the season, I believe. I don't have the official stats. Like I said, I'm not really worrying about what they have on Power School because that does not include last night's 2 games. So I don't really have updated stats, but I do know I think that puts her at 2-1. 12 strikeouts. That's probably her. I guess I shouldn't say that because I don't know what she did last night, but that's a pretty good outing right there by Sarah. As far as hitting goes, Natalie Noonan, I know, had a triple in the first inning. She batted twice. She started the inning with the first inning, started the game with a hit, ended up with a triple, then still batting in that first inning. So she ended up with 2 hits and with 3 RBIs. So that's a big night for her. Leah Weber had 2 hits. She went 2 for 3 and scored a run. It's a nice night for Sarah there. Lacey scored 2 runs, had 1 hit, so she was 1 for 2. It looks like Sarah Reed, 0 for 2, but she did get on with a walk and a fielder's choice, and so she had 2 runs. Cami Ellis had a sacrifice fly in the first inning, and then she had a hit in the second inning and scored a run. So she was 1 for 2. Emma Fritcher was 2 for 2 with a walk. and she scored a run in the first inning. Hannah Kramer was 1 for 2, and she scored 2 runs. She got on a walk. She had 2 stolen bases. Allie Fritcher was 2 for 3. She was the lone strikeout, but it was after probably about 10 foul balls, and then she was able to score a run. And then Lily Kramer did not have an official at bat. She got hit her first time up, and then she walked the second time up, and she was able to score a run. So again, the Wildcats had 7 runs in the first inning, 4 in the second, no runs in the third, and no runs in the fourth. So again, unofficially, I have them for 11 hits total, and then they had 11 runs. And again, that's unofficial. So that's going to be the first game here. Right now, both teams had a little talk, and now they're raking up the infield here, get ready for game 2. And usually they give them about 10 or 15 minutes in between, so you're going to have to listen to me. Hopefully I can keep you entertained for just a little bit. I started talking about this just a little bit. We broke off from the Wildcat cast, and we're now the Wildcat Sports Channel. And again, we're bringing you this on our own, using our own equipment and everything, and using the YouTube channel Wildcat Sports, and you can subscribe to that. So if you haven't subscribed to it, you should. And the really nice thing, just that we could do this without having to go through a third party and just kind of some of the rigmarole that we had to put up with that. We're able to bring you whatever games we want to bring, and we've tried to do most home games if we could. And we try to bring you some local away games so that if you can't make it, you can still listen live. And we try to bring all the tournament games also, so we will hopefully be able to continue doing that here for baseball and softball, and we'll get that information out and stuff when those games are being played. But the one kind of cool thing that we like about the YouTube channel is that as soon as I'm done broadcasting tonight, anybody can go back, and if you were at the game tonight, you can go back and listen to it. Or you can re-listen. If you're listening live and you want to go back and re-listen, you can do that. So all the games are, I guess if you want to say archived, they're all right there. If you want to listen to a basketball game that we announced this winter, they're there. If you want to listen to any of the football games that we did or the volleyball games, they're there for anybody to re-listen to as many times as you want. And that's kind of the nice thing. In our old system, it was a huge process to get any of our previous games onto their archived page. We were, again, doing all of this through a third party, and there was just a lot of hoops to jump through. And so I know I've had people who have went to a football game or went to an away football game, and then they listened to the game on the way home. So again, we just hope that all of you enjoy listening to the Wildcat Sports. Maybe not every broadcast is perfect. We're reliant upon Wi-Fi, and we went to broadcast a game last year at Easton Valley and found out that they have tin roofs, and so our Wi-Fi didn't work, and we weren't able to have anybody at their school get us onto a school website or a school Wi-Fi. So unfortunately, we weren't able to bring you that game. So there are some hiccups along the way. It's not perfect, but hopefully, for the most part, it's an enjoyable broadcast that you can go back and listen to or enjoy as if you can't make it to a game. We've had people from all over listening, and one of our favorite fans, and I don't know, we have to make sure they know that we're doing this, are the aunt and uncle of the Reeds. He was one of our #1 fans. And so I don't know if he's listening tonight. I didn't know if we were doing this, but we'll make sure we get this stuff out here so you know in advance if what games we're going to be announcing. All right, so they got the field redrug here, and we've got Leah Weber, who's going to be pitching the second game here for the Wildcats. She was out in center field Now she's moving in to pitch. And again, I'm not going by the dugout to get lineups, so I'm just kind of slowly but surely bringing you this stuff. The announcer's not announcing, so I'm not sure. We have this nice press box, and they are playing music right now, and they did do a starting lineup, but they haven't been announcing in between innings, so sometimes I'm not sure what's going on. So if they announce lineups here, I'll try to get that to you, but I'm assuming it's going to be close to what it was. I'm not sure. Like I said, I have not been to a softball game, so I am not sure what their lineup looks like as far as who replaces Leah in center field when she throws. So I'll get you that lineup when I can. So again, they're putting the finishing touches on the diamond. We've got Leah out there warming up. And we will hopefully get going here for this second inning, or I'm sorry, this second game here real quick like. Again, I'll talk about Next Bank. If you've listened to any of our games, you know how much we appreciate them. What's next on your list of financial goals? Wherever you're going next, Next Bank has a loan that's right for you. Your next car, your next home, even your next adventure, all are within reach with a Next Bank loan. Convenient locations in Central City, Waterloo, Cedar Rapids, Marion, and Coralville. Next Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. And again, like I said, if you've listened to us, you know that Next Bank's our sole sponsor, and they do more than just help us out with the Wildcat Sports Channel. They make donations to the PTO Children in Need Fund. They provide a lunch for teachers at the beginning of the year when we go back for some beginning of the year professional development. They usually provide lunch for us, which we appreciate greatly. They do all the typesetting and printing for all the programs for volleyball, football, basketball, wrestling, and track. They help support the homecoming parade. They help support post-prom, fine arts boosters, the robotics team. They sponsor the Wildcat baseball team and they've got a sign out on the fence out there. They help the yearbook, and they also provide a mental health and community resources night. So as you can see, Next Bank does a lot for the Central City Community School and for the community in general, and we're just glad to have them support us in this broadcasting adventure. We really enjoyed being able to do it through the CatCast. Us announcers really have a lot of fun doing this. It's fun to bring these games to you guys. And like I said, we just eliminated a middle person, and Next Bank kind of helped us even with CatCast. They were our sponsor then, and then we talked to them about what we wanted to do, and they were like, go for it. And so they're still supporting us, and we do appreciate that. All right, so looks like Leah again is warming up for the Wildcats, and it looks like the Cal Wheat pitcher's going out there for game 2 to get her warm-up pitches in. We got other players taking some ground balls, getting some nutrition. Just getting ready in general here for the second game of the doubleheader. If you're just joining me, Wildcats, I'm Cindy McCarthy here, and Wildcats took game 1 in 5 innings. They won 11-1. Wildcats got out right away in the first inning, 7-0. Second inning, they scored 4, so it put them up 11-0. Third inning, neither team scored, and then in the fourth inning, neither team scored. And then in the top of the 5th inning, Cal Wheat was able to get a run across, but then the Wildcats shut the door, and the game ended 11-1 with a win for the Wildcats in 5 innings by the 10-run rule. Again, Sarah Reed was on the mound for the Wildcats. She ended up with 12 strikeouts. She had a really good night. I don't know what her season stats are, but that had to have been one of her season highs for strikeouts, I'm guessing. So that was nice to see Sarah come away with that. And I think that puts her at 3-1 on the season. Overall, it puts the Wildcats at 4-3. And hopefully we can get this win in the second game, and that'll put us to 5-3. I believe that drops the Cal Wheat to 2-7 overall. Just some of the highlights for the hitting. Natalie Noonan had 2 hits, 3 RBIs with a triple, cleared the bases. Leah Weber had 2 hits. Lacey Hennick had 1 hit. And Sarah Reed's courtesy runner had 2 runs. Cami Ellis had a hit. Emma Fritcher with 2 hits. Hannah Kramer with a hit. Allie Fritcher with 2 hits. And Lily Kramer did not have an official at-bat, but she did score a run. So everybody contributed on the offensive side, so hopefully we can keep that up offensively and have another big game here with some early big run innings. All right, so I still see some people milling around here. Hopefully we'll be getting underway shortly. So this has been kind of an unusual year. I'm sure everybody knows that there's a pandemic, and school was shut down. I believe it was like March 13th was our last day of school, something like that. And we never did go back, and took a lot there for the teachers to get some online stuff, but we were able to get some stuff for the kids so that they could continue learning a few things. Hopefully they learned a couple things there, and then the spring sports were lost, so golf and track, and if schools that had soccer were lost, unfortunately for those players, seniors especially, but just for everybody. I know for track we had already started practicing, and so just the effort that the kids had been putting in so far with their attitudes and stuff was greatly appreciated, and unfortunately, though, we weren't able to do anything. And then the softball and baseball seasons were canceled or postponed indefinitely, I guess, and then the decision was made, and June 1st was practice. I think I'm not sure how many practices they had, but I think they started June 1st practicing, and then on the 15th, I believe, was the first competition date, and so I think they're going to have about 2-3 weeks here, another week of games, and then we're going to go into tournaments. So not a very long season, but if you talk to the girls, I bet you they're excited that they get to do something. The kids really love softball. Just kind of looking at the roster, it looks like just 2 seniors. Well, I think 3 seniors. So luckily, for them that they are bringing out a season and allowing those kids to play. So kind of an interesting kind of a year that nobody's probably going to forget in a long time. So hopefully the Wildcats here get enough playing time and get some things figured out. It's, you go from March until June not really able to have any contact with the kids, weren't able to do anything, and you just have such a short amount of time to get ready. But hopefully they get things put in place. The new coach, I should mention, Coach Ashley. It's his first year here at Central City, and to be honest, I really don't know much about his background. So we do have a new coach this year, and so a little bit of an adjustment for the kids to figure out his philosophy, and all coaches bring their own thing, and some have similar styles and some have totally different styles. And I will say, just being my first game, Wildcats look good at hitting and actually fielding, except for they just had a couple miscommunication things there in that last inning, but were able to work through it. So hopefully they can just kind of get all on the same page and have a decent team here and can do some things here in the postseason. Maybe the next time we have a broadcast, we'll have an idea of maybe who they'll play or when they'll be playing. We can get all that information out, and it'll be out on the school's website. And I'll do a little, and on our Facebook page. And that's another thing, if you're on Facebook, if you haven't liked the Central City Schools Facebook page, you should. We put a lot of information out on that, just school stuff in general, and as well as sports stuff. So you can find out things there, and we'll do a better job, like I said, of posting when we're going to broadcast the games. And again, hopefully we'll be following them as the postseason starts, if everything stays safe and stuff. I've heard some different things. I guess I don't think it's a secret, but I heard that Northland's baseball team is not playing for about a week because of one of their coaches and maybe potentially a player testing positive for COVID. So it's a real thing, and this is a great opportunity, I guess, for the kids to try to, be able to have something that's halfway makes things, I don't know what the word is that I want, just normal, I guess. But things aren't normal, so we have to really make sure that we're protecting ourselves and the student athletes and your families and stuff like that. So it's great to be able to come out here. I know the coaches have some things in place that they have to do for games and practices and stuff to try to keep the kids safe. And as fans of the game, hopefully we can continue our social distancing and keeping ourselves safe, so that if you do have athletes, that you can keep them safe. So it's just kind of everybody thinking about what we can do to hopefully start school on time and then have volleyball and basketball, football. A lot of it is going to depend on these next few weeks and just kind of see how this baseball and softball thing goes. But let's keep our fingers crossed and be smart so that we can kind of get back to even more of a normalcy here, if there's ever even going to be another normal. Who knows? So we got the Wildcats out in front of me here, all the players warming up, kind of loosening their arms up again. Once I get here, it looks like they're going in. So hopefully we're going to get things going here. And I can get the lineups to you. I'm assuming they're going to be similar to what they were last time. And we're going to have Leah Weber on the mound for the Wildcats this game. Sarah Reed usually does game 1, and Leah comes in game 2, I believe. I think Sarah, if I'm correct in this, is going to Co next year and is going to be playing softball. So good luck to Leah as she finishes up the senior year here and then moves on to the next level. Hopefully she has some success and kind of keeps the Wildcats going. I think we had an older player, Danielle Schlotterbeck, I believe, played softball at Co College and had a decent career there. Had a good career here at Central City. And so it'll be fun to kind of follow her career. I think we've got Trey Howlett from the football program playing football there. He, I don't know if they can redshirt in Division III or if he played JV. I do think they have a JV program, but he is continuing his education and his athletic career at Co also. So a couple Wildcat fans that are alum that we can kind of follow and wish them continued success at that next level. But Leah still has her senior year here, so hopefully she can get a win. And the coaches, again, are at home plate. Not really sure what rules they have to go over, considering it's probably the same ground rules for the first game, but they're there again talking to the umpires. I'm not sure. I can't remember. This is my first time doing the softball varsity conference game, but I feel like, I don't know, I can't remember if Wildcats will be the visiting team, and Cal Wheat will be the home team. I can't remember how they do it. Nope. Wildcats are taking the field, so Wildcats looks like are going to be on defense, so they will be the home team again. And actually, it looks like Sarah Reed's going to be on the mound again for the Wildcats. So I'll see if I can get a lineup here as soon as everybody gets into position. All right, so we've got, again, Shelby Rollinger looks like she's going to be in right. Leah Weber in center and Allie Fritcher in left. And it looks like Lily Kramer at short, Lacey Hennick at third, Hannah Kramer at second, and Emma Fritcher. So it looks like we're going with the same exact lineup that we had the first game. Sarah had a pretty efficient game, and so I'm not sure if, and now softball's a lot different than baseball with pitch count and all that stuff. There is no pitch count in softball. Pitchers can pitch as many games and as many innings as they want. So as I mentioned in that first game, Sarah was pretty efficient, and so she did not throw a lot of pitches, plus it was only a 5-inning game. So my guess is that she may start this, and like I said, this may not be any surprise. Maybe this is what they've been doing. I'm not even sure. I just know in the past Leah has gotten to pitch the second game, but like I said, Sarah was pretty efficient that first game, so she's getting the start in game 2, and just like that, it's 2 balls and 1 strike. And there's going to be a hit right out to center field, and just like that, fly out to center fielder, which is Leah Weber, and that's going to be 1 out. And we've got the number 2 swing and a miss. We've got 1 out. If you're just joining me, we are in game 2, just starting game 2. Wildcats took game 1 in 5 innings, 11-1. And we are in game 2, just getting started. And it's going to be 1 ball, 1 strike. And we've got 1 out already. Sarah Reed on the mound. She had 12 strikeouts in game 1. There's a swing and a miss. So we'll see if she can pick up her strikeout barrage in game 2. And there's going to be a little dribbler to Sarah. Sarah fields it, and there's going to be the second out of the inning. So just like that, 2 outs. And it's going to bring up the number 3 hitter for Cal-Wheat. If they have the same lineup, she hit it to the second baseman both times. She swings, and there's going to be a pop-up. And Shelby Rollinger, nice catch in foul territory. Covered a lot of ground and made a nice play for the 3rd out of that first inning by Shelby Rollinger in right field. Great play. So let's see if the Wildcats can't. They came out hot in the first 2 innings, scored 7 runs in the first inning, 4 runs in the second inning. Then they cooled off a little bit with their bats in the 3rd and 4th inning. So let's see if they can't get things going again here and get a big jump and get right on top of Cal-Wheat again here to start the second game. Cal-Wheat is bringing in a different pitcher. They are actually going with a different pitcher than they did with game 1. Got to give credit to the pitcher for game 1. She gave up, I think I had down just, and again, I'm unofficial, but gave up like 11 hits, and she gave up 7 runs in the first inning, 6 hits. And, she stuck with it and stuck in there the whole game. And by like I said, the 3rd and 4th innings, she kind of shut the Wildcats down a little bit. So you got to give her credit for hanging in there. Coach sticking with her a little bit. So hopefully the Wildcats can do the same thing here, get out on top real quick on this new pitcher. We'll see what happens. So we've got Natalie Noonan. Natalie had a big hit that first game, and she's right on, picks up right where she left off, and she hits it down. Oh, I don't know about that. That umpire, I didn't feel like he was in very good position. Natalie tried to stretch her single to a double, and I really thought she was safe. I have a little better angle than him, but he didn't agree, so there's a hit. And then she got thrown out. Brings up Leah Weber. Leah had a good first game with 2 hits. Right now, Leah is 1-1 with 1 out. And Leah gets under that a little bit, and it's going to be caught by the shortstop. So she just kind of gets under that, and that was a pop-up. And there's going to be 2 outs. Looks like Lacey Hennick, pretty much the same lineup from the first game. So we'll see what Lacey can do. Lacey had a hit and 2 runs in that first game. Lacey stepping in here in the bottom of the first. There's 2 outs. See if she can get something started. And she's down, 1 ball, 2 strikes. That was a little change up. Looked a little high, but he called it a strike. Probably was close. And there's a pitch. Oh, I must be looking at, so it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now. 2 outs. 2 change-ups, I guess. There's Lacey with the hit in between the shortstop and third baseman. Nice solid hit there. Runner on first. We've got 2 outs. That's going to bring up Sarah Reed. Sarah had 2 runs. 2 runs in that first game. She got on a fielder's choice and a walk. There's a ball in the dirt. Lacey's not able to advance. So we've got 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of 1, no score, 0-0. Wildcats have a runner on first. There's a strike, 2 balls and 1 strike by Sarah. Hopefully we can do some damage here with 2 outs. There's going to be another hit right between the shortstop and the third baseman. Shortstop made an effort for it, but just wasn't able to get there. So now that kind of got something going here for the Wildcats. And it's going to bring up number 10, Cammie Ellis. Cammie is the, I'm guessing, the designated hitter for Shelby, who plays out in right field. I guess, yeah, it looks like Cammie. All right, so we've got 2 outs, 2 on, no score. Cammie Ellis at the plate. And there's a dribbler in, but nobody's able to advance. Cammie had a hit, scored a run in the first game. There's a swing and a miss. 1-1 is the count on Cammie. Runners on first and second. The the pitch kind of got away from the catcher, but not enough for the runners to advance. It kind of kept it around her feet. So we've got runners on first and second. It'd be nice to see if we could get a pass ball or something and get 2 runners in scoring position. There's a foul ball by Cammie down the third baseline. So that's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of 1. No runs by either team so far. New pitcher for Cal Wheat this game. There's going to be a hit, and it's going to drop, and the Wildcats are going to get 1 run in, and we've got some bad base running. Bad base running there on the, I do not know for sure who that is. I'm not sure who that, it was this designated runner. I'm not sure who that was. There's no PA system. I don't know why they're not announcing who's what, and I don't have a very good roster here in front of me. But anyway, we get 1 run out of it. We should have got 1 run. Lacey scores, and then the designated runner got out. So Cammie comes up with a big hit, gets an RBI there. All right, so the Wildcats get on the board there. Again, we have the crow's nest, and there's people up there. They did it as starting lineup, but they haven't done anything during the game. So I can't recognize all the girls, and I don't have a roster. I didn't get one printed off today. So anyway, kind of just a bad base running error there. I think if they would have committed, they probably would have made it. But that's how you learn. So hopefully whoever that was will figure things out, and it won't happen again. That's all you can do. So we are in the 2nd inning here. And it's going to be 4, 5, and 6 for Cal Wheat. And first pitch is fouled off, so Sarah's working on top again. Nice pitch by Sarah. There's going to be 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes. I mentioned the first game, Sarah is efficient. She worked ahead in the count a lot. There was a couple batters that really kind of fouled off some balls, but the game ended after 5 innings, and so Sarah probably didn't pitch a ton of pitches that first game. So she's starting the second game. And as I mentioned, this may not be anything new. I don't know. I haven't seen a game. So there's a hit. Oh, and there's a misplayed ball by, looks like Hannah Kramer. Hit the ball, pop up. She called it and tipped her glove, and she dropped that. So Cal Wheat's going to start the inning with the base runner. Fifth hitter's up here, and she flew out to center and hit the ball to, and there's a bunt. Lacey Hennick picks it up and gets it over to Fritcher. So on the sacrifice, they get the runner to second. And there's 1 out. Number 6 hitter's up. And if it's the same one, oh, she's the one who hit it to center. There's a strike. So we're in the top of the 2nd, runner on second off of the error on Hannah Kramer. Then there's 1 out on the sacrifice. There's a strike. It's going to be no balls, 2 strikes. So see if hopefully Sarah here can add to her strikeout total. She had 12 strikeouts in the first game, and there's a foul ball. So count's going to stay 0-2. As I mentioned, she had 12 strikeouts in the first game. So let's see if she can get her 13th strikeout right here. This would be a big out right here with that strikeout. There's a swing, and they had to throw it. Natalie, I think they got her. Oh, they're going to say she's safe. So Natalie bobbled the ball, so they had to throw down to first to get that runner out at first. And then on the throw, the girl on second made it to third. So they do have a runner in scoring position on third. But we do have 2 outs. So Sarah got the strikeout, but not the way we wanted. And unfortunately, the runner was able to go to third, not what we wanted, but we did get the out at least. So there's 2 outs, runner on third, foul ball there. And just like that, it's no balls and 2 strikes on the batter here, the 7th batter in the order for Cal Wheat. And there's a swing and a miss. And there's another strikeout. So Sarah adds to her total, and that makes 14 strikeouts for the night, her first 2 strikeouts in this game. So kind of get out of that with a nice play on the sacrifice by Lacey Hennig, picking that up, and Emma Fritcher snagging the ball at first, and then 2 strikeouts there by Sarah. So we get out of that with still no hits for Cal Wheat and no runs for Cal Wheat after their 2 innings. So we'll go to the bottom of the 2nd inning, and we're going to have, it looks like, I'm guessing we're going to have the same order here. So it looks like we're going to have Emma Fritcher, Emma's playing first base, and then Hannah Kramer. Hannah's playing second base, and Allie Fritcher will be up this inning. Allie's out in left field. So it looks like Emma's coming up. In the first game, Emma had 2 hits, scored a run. See if she can get us going here in this second game. No score yet. We're in the bottom of the 2nd. Oh, I have us this scoring a run. I don't know. There's going to be a grounder to the shortstop. So there's the first out of the inning. Hannah Kramer should be up. There's going to be a swing, and the ball goes to the second baseman. Actually, it goes to the first baseman, who makes a pretty good play and pitches it over to the second baseman for the 2nd out. It's going to bring up Allie Fritcher. Hey, did you say, don't you think we should have had a run from the first inning? Didn't Lacey score? I thought she scored before that girl got thrown out.
Did she?
I don't know. I have it, but they don't.
I thought she only made it to third.
Oh, maybe. That could be. Okay. Okay, I guess I can't see very good, because looks like Hannah was safe over there, so I'm not sure how she got on, but she's on second base. So we only have 1 out. So we have 1 out. Hannah's on first, or on second, with a stolen base. And there's going to be a walk to Allie. So now Wildcats here got something going in the bottom of the 2nd. Lily Kramer's up. We've got 1 out. Got runners on first and second. That's a high pitch. Again, we're in game number 2. Wildcats took game 1, 11-1. Lily Kramer, the number 9 hitter, is up right now. There's a bunt by Lily, and it's going to go foul. Again, we got runners on first and second, one out. We're in the bottom of the second inning. No score yet. I have once run, but I must be wrong because they don't have it up there. But I don't know. I thought a runner scored in that first inning, but I may be wrong. Again, I'm unofficial out here trying to announce. And there's a nice bunt by Lily. They're going to go to first. Overthrow on first, so we're going to for sure score one run. And Allie's going to go to third. So there for sure we have a run. So Hannah Kramer scores. I apologize. I don't know how she got on base. Allie Fritcher goes to third. And Lily's going to go to first. And actually she's going to move to second there. This is an error. All right, so Wildcats are putting something together here. And it's going to bring up Natalie Noonan. Natalie had 2 hits and 3 RBIs in that first game. First at bat of this game. She also had a hit, but then she tried to stretch a single to a double and got thrown out at second. That ball is rolled up there to the catcher, and it's going to be a ball. So we've got 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Wildcats are putting something together here. Looks like, I'm not sure what that count was or what that is. All right. See if Natalie, Natalie went ahead and is going to take the walk there. So now that makes bases loaded. We've got 1 out, and it's going to bring up Leah Weber. Leah popped up to the shortstop her first time up, but in the first game she did have 2 big hits for the Wildcats. So let's see if Leah's a senior here. I mentioned her a little earlier. She's going to go to Co and play softball. Looks like I have maybe a couple people out there listening tonight. Hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast. Wildcats took game 1, and there's a called strike on Leah. So bases loaded. We're in the bottom of the second. Wildcats for sure have 1 run. We'll just go with what's on the board. I thought we scored 1 in the first, but I probably was wrong because I'm sure if the scoreboard hadn't to put up a run and we did score a run, there'd probably be a couple people in the stands who'd notice and who'd let everybody know. So I'm probably wrong there. Let's see if Leah can get a big hit here. Again, she had 2 in the first game. This would be a nice place for a little line drive right up the middle here, or right over the third baseman's head would be even better. There's a rip, and that is going to be a one-hopper. Dang, that's a good throw by the right fielder. And we just ran ourselves right there into another. It's not some very good base running here tonight. So Allie Fritcher's going to score on that hit. Lily's going to get tagged out, and that's going to be the second out of the inning. Natalie Noonan is going to move up to second, and Leah Weber gets a hit with an RBI there, big hit for us, and is going to bring up Lacey Hennick, who had a hit, for sure had a hit the last inning. She hits it to the shortstop. Shortstop gets it to the third baseman on the force, and that's going to be the end of the second inning. So the Wildcats are able to get a couple runs there. All right, so Wildcats put together something there. It was kind of ugly, but we got something going. Got on the board, so we like to see that. And I've got 8, 9, and 1 coming up for Cal Wheat here on this next inning. So 2-0 after 2 innings for the Wildcats. Good guys are ahead here. And I'm just going to give a shout out to Next Bank. What's next on your list of financial goals? Wherever you're going next, Next Bank has a loan that's right for you, your next car, your next home, even your next adventure. All are within reach with the Next Bank loan. Convenient locations in Central City, Waterloo, Cedar Rapids, Marion, and Coralville. Next Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. All right. So we are in game 2 of the doubleheader, conference doubleheader against Cal Wheat. Game 1, Wildcats took in 11 innings. Or I'm sorry, 5 innings, 10-run rule, 11-1 was the score. Sarah Reed pitched, got the win, and she was so efficient that she's on the mound here for game 2. I did see Leah Weber warming up, so there's a good chance we may see her, but it kind of just probably depends on how the flow of this game goes. So we've got 8, 9, and 1 coming up here for Cal Wheat. There's a pitch and a strike, called strike. Again, Sarah is working quick and on top all the time, getting out ahead of those hitters. That one's a little high. Sarah had 12 strikeouts in that first game, and she's got 2 the second game. Really nice outing tonight. Great night for softball. There's a swing and a miss, so we've got 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're in top of the 3rd inning. Wildcats up 2-0. Ooh, little outside. 2-2 on the batter. A little high. Full count. This is only, I can remember one other time saying a full count. I'm sure maybe 1 or 2 batters in the last game. I know for sure 1. But Sarah just worked on top. She's pretty sharp tonight. There's going to be a swing, and it's going to be a hit to shortstop. Lily Kramer picks it up and fires it over to first. Nice play there by Lily. Fired the ball over, so there's 1 out. Number 9 hitters coming up for Cal Wheat. I have her popping out to the first baseman and striking out. Again, I don't know if these are the same hitters. I'm not going into the dugouts tonight to get lineups. I'm just kind of putting it together as they come up to bat. I'm out in left field, and the sun's right in my eyes, so apologize if I get something wrong here. So I'm not sure if these are the same hitters for Cal Wheat, but I'm just going to go with it. And just like that, Cal Wheat's up 0-2. And to make that, oh, there's a changeup, and she went for it. Yes, nice play. Changeup, she swung, missed. Ball drops on home plate, gets by Natalie. Natalie had a hard time finding it, but she does pick it up, and she fires it to first and gets the out. So there's another strikeout, and that is going to be the second out. It's going to bring up the top of the order here, and this gal flew out to Leah Weber to start the game. And there's a swing and a foul ball straight back, just about hit the umpire. So Wildcats here, top of 3, 2 outs. Wildcats up 2-0. Won the first game 11-1 in 5 innings. Sarah Reed on the mound, Natalie Noonan behind the plate. And there's another foul ball. I've got Emma Fritcher at first, Hannah Kramer at second, Lily Kramer at short, Lacey Hennick at third. We've got Allie Fritcher in left, Leah Weber in center, and Shelby Rollinger in right defensively for the Wildcats. There's a pitch, it's high. It's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. See if Sarah can take her herself. Ooh, nice pitch, a little low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. See if the Wildcats, nobody's on, so play's going to be at first if there's a hit. And it's a, line drive. Lacey Hennick just is not able to react quick enough to get it. Hits off of her glove. Again, I'm not the coach. I'm going to say she potentially could have hit it or caught that. She just did not react. So, I don't know. So there's a runner on first. Nothing hurt here. Brings up the second batter who has struck out at her every time except for her last at bat. She hit a little dribbler to Sarah, and Sarah was able to throw her out at first. So hopefully we can get this gal out again. Sarah's kind of had her number tonight. So it's 1-1. 1-1 on the batter. 2 outs, runner on first. Wildcats are up 2-0. There's a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Like I said, Sarah's had this girl's number, so hopefully she can strike her out again. See what, here comes the pitch. And there's going to be a little pop-up foul ball, goes first base side out of play. See if Sarah can punch her out one more time here. Nice pitch. Called third strike at the knee, and that is going to end the inning. So that hit slash potentially error, I don't know what it was, is not going to hurt the Wildcats. All right. So I don't know if that was a hit or an error. But all I know is there were no runs that inning. So after 2.5, Wildcats here are going to be in the third inning, and it looks like it's going to be Sarah and then Cammie and Emma Fritcher. And Sarah had a hit her first time up at bat. Hopefully she can do that again for us. Looks like the pitcher that started the second game is still out there. A different pitcher from the first game for Cal-Wheat. The Wildcats, hopefully now this will be their second time seeing her, so hopefully they can get a bead on her and start getting some hits. I don't know, I have us down for at least 3 hits. Again, I'm kind of unofficial, and we've had at least 3 hits, so hopefully we can start, like I said, reading this pitcher a little better. Second time through the batting lineup. Kind of start teeing off on her. So we've got Sarah starting things off. Again, Sarah got on her courtesy runner, scored a couple runs. And there's going to be a deep fly ball over the left field's head. It goes to just about the warning track, not quite, and they do a good job of getting it in. And Sarah's going to start things off with a double here. That's the way we like to see that. All right, so she's going to have a courtesy runner. I wonder if that's Lexi Hennick running for her. I think it may be. Cammie Ellis is going to be up. Cammie had I'm not sure what Cammie did the first time. I can't remember, and I don't have it written down. I think she had a hit. And then that's when the runner got thrown out. So there's a strike. Anyway, Cammie's up. She had a hit in the first game, and I think she's got a hit now in this game. 2-0, runner on first, no outs. Or I'm sorry, runner on second, no outs, and we are in the bottom of the third inning. One ball, one strike on Cammie Ellis. Cammie is the DH tonight, hitting for Shelby Rollinger, who's been playing right field. There's a rip, and it just goes over the third baseman's glove and just under the shortstop's glove. Unfortunately, the runner wasn't able to advance on that because she would have run right into the action there. So Cammie gets a hit, and we have runners on first and second, and that's going to bring up Emma Fritcher. Emma grounded out to the shortstop her first time up in this game. There's a strike. Emma had a couple hits in the first game, scored a run. So let's see if Emma can find a hole someplace here. Potentially get an RBI. We do have one runner in scoring position. There's a ball. So we got 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. We're in top of 3, or bottom of 3. Wildcats up 2-0. And there's going to be a foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Emma Fritcher, who's up. We've got Sarah's, I think it's Lexi Hennick on second as a courtesy runner, and we've got Cammie Ellis on first with a hit. And there's going to be, ooh, nice, oh, geez. Nice play by the shortstop. Line drive. Nice hit by nice hit, and the shortstop made a really nice catch, and then she was able to double up the runner on second, who just probably got off a little too far there and wasn't able to get back. So I don't know. I just was writing something, and now we have a runner on third. So I don't know how that happened. So Cammie is on third. I was just kind of filling out my thing. We've got Hannah Kramer up to bat, and I don't know if it must have been a throwing error or something. So we've got 2 outs. I don't know if there was a pass ball, but 2 outs, 2-0. Runner on third, so we need Hannah here to step up and get a hit for us. Bring in this run would be nice. And wow, Cal Wheat's making a lot of good defensive plays. Hannah kind of gave it a little poke there, and it went foul territory, and the first baseman made a nice catch in foul territory. So Cal Wheat gets out of that with a leadoff double, and then another hit, and they're able to get out of that with no runs after 2 hits. So some good defensive plays there by Cal Wheat to hold the Wildcats to no runs that inning. So we have no balls or 2-0 here. We're able to get a couple runs across here in the second inning. So we're going to go to the top of the 4th inning. Wildcats up 2-0. And it looks like we've got the meat of their order here, 3, 4, and 5 coming up for Cal Wheat. Again, Next Bank combines the values of a locally owned, independent Eastern Iowa community bank with expanded services and the latest technology to meet our customers' fast-moving lifestyle. Bank on your success with Next Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. So it's a great night here for softball. Not too hot. Not much of a breeze. Sun's right in my eyes, so I'm doing the best I can here. Just like that, the number 3 batter's up, and there's a foul ball. So I think it's 0-2. Just like that, Sarah's out in front. Really having a nice night tonight. This gal, her last time up, flew out to right field. Shelby made a nice inning-ending catch. Little inside. We got 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're in game 2 against Cal Wheat. Wildcats win game 1. Oh, there's a nice job. Change up, got the hitter, and Natalie Noonan stuck in there and was able to make the catch on that. So there's a strikeout for the first out. Five strikeouts in the second game I have. That goes with 12 in the first game, so Sarah's got 17 strikeouts on tonight's games. There's a hit that's going to go out to right field and drop in front of Shelby Rollinger. She isn't able to make a play to first, so Cal Wheat gets a hit, keeps things going here with 1 out. It's going to bring up their number 5 hitter, who bunted her last time up. And I don't know, they potentially could have her bunt again, but I don't know. So Cal Wheat's down 0-2, top 4. There's a strike. So we got 1-1, runner on first. Cal Wheat has not had a ton of base runners tonight. Sarah has really had a control of the game as far as controlling these batters. There's going to be a bunt, and Lacey was hustling in there, and it's going to roll foul. So that makes it 1-2. We'll see here what happens if they're going to have to let her hit away. I mean, you can still try to bunt, depending on what kind of confidence you have in your batter. And they're going to let her hit away, and there's a foul ball. Goes straight back into the fence. So we are in the top of the fourth. Wildcats up 2-0 here. 1 out, 1 on for Cal Wheat in the top 4. There's a swing and a miss. Oh, foul ball, I guess. Foul ball. Tipped it off. Just got a piece of it right at the end there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So we'll see if Sarah can get another K here. Yo, yes. Caught her looking right at the knees. Backwards K for Sarah. So that's going to be 2 outs. Runner on first. All right. We've got the number 6 batter up who struck out last time. We got a runner on first for Cal Wheat. There's a strike. 1-1. So we're in top of 4. Wildcats up 2-0. We got a runner on first here. See if the Wildcats can get out of here with and keep her over there. Sarah had 12 strikeouts in game 1, and she's up to, I have her down for 6 strikeouts in game 2. And there's going to be a hit. It's going to be a ground ball to Hannah Kramer, who bobbles it, and all the runners are going to be safe. So we kind of keep things going. Nothing hurt. And we got runners on first and second. And it's going to bring up the 7th batter in the lineup. And there's going to be a foul ball. Goes out over the press box. It's going to be a ball. 1-1 on the batter. 2 outs, 2 on. Runners on first and second. 2-0. Wildcats up. Nice pitch by Sarah. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. See if she can take her herself and add to her strikeout total. And there's going to be a hit right to Hannah Kramer. Line drive, and Hannah's able to handle that and get the Wildcats out of that inning without giving up any runs. So Cal Wheat got a couple people on, but Wildcats were able to keep them from scoring. So it's going to go into the bottom of the 4th, and I have Allie Fritcher, Lily Kramer, then the top of the order with Natalie Noonan coming up. Allie Fritcher walked her last time up and scored a run. And then Lily got on an error. Looks like Cal Wheat is continuing to go with the same pitcher that started game 2, which is a different pitcher than they had from game 1, whereas Wildcats are still going with Sarah. And as I mentioned, Allie Fritcher is going to come up to the bat. Be nice if the Wildcats could get a inning here, a big inning where they could get some runs, kind of give themselves a little breathing room. Allie watches the pitch, bounce across home plate for a ball. There's another low pitch. Allie's ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes, no outs. We are in the bottom of the 4th right now. We got Allie, Lily, and then the top of the order. There's a foul ball. Allie Fritcher had one at bat in that first game, there was probably about 10 foul balls. Allie just hit the yellow. I don't know what our runners are doing tonight. We've had a lot of base running errors. That ball hits a clear double by Allie, and then she went to third for some reason and got thrown out. So not very smart base running tonight by some of these guys. So double, and then I don't know. I'm just going to say 7-5 for the first out. So she ran herself out. It wasn't even close. I'm not sure what these guys are looking at. So let's see what Lily Kramer can do. Let's see if Lily can kind of get us going. Unfortunately, Wildcats weren't able to take advantage of that double. That would have been back-to-back doubles starting the last 2 innings, but now we've got one out. Lily takes a strike, so 2 balls and 1 strike here, 1 out. We're in bottom of 4. Wildcats are up 2-0. It'd be nice to try to take advantage and, like I said, put a few more runs on the plate, or on the scoreboard, I should say. That missed being a home run by 6 inches maybe. There's a foul ball on Lily. We've got a full count, 1 out. There's a foul ball. We're in the bottom of 4. Lily Kramer's the number 9 hitter, playing shortstops. Had a couple nice plays at shortstop tonight. And she's going to draw a walk. So, got a runner on first, top of the order. And that ball dribbles in, but nice play by the catcher. Natalie Noonan. Natalie's had a big night tonight. 2 balls, no strikes. See if the Wildcats can string a couple hits here together and get a couple runs. We're in the 4th inning, bottom of 4. There's going to be a hit, strong hit to third baseman, and she's going to get that lead runner. So Cal Wheat's defense is really doing a good job here. All right, so Leah Weber has a chance to step up. She had an RBI in the 2nd inning. Came up with a hit when I think bases were loaded. See if she can keep stuff going here. We've got 2 outs. There's a ball gets away from the catcher, so that's going to put Natalie at second. So now we've got that runner in scoring position. We've got the heart of our order up, so let's see if we can't take advantage of that. There's a ball. So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. We got a runner on second. Wildcats are up 2-0. And we are in the bottom of the 4th inning against Cal Wheat. Nice night here in Central City. And they're trying to get their signals there, and there was some miscommunication, so timeout. Leah's going to step back in and see what we do. We got a runner on second. Out low and outside. I think that's 3-0. Leah probably will have a red light here, I'm guessing. See if we can get a walk. I don't know. They may give her a green light. It's got to be something she can handle, I would hope. And it's going to be a walk. So Wildcats got some going here a little bit. So we've got Lacey Hennick up. Lacey had a hit in the first game, scored a couple runs. She's had a hit in this game. See if she can't come through with another big hit for the Wildcats. 2 out. High. So there's a ball. We've got 2 outs. Need a hit here. If we can get a hit, we potentially could get a run, depending, I guess, on where the ball goes. And that's going to go straight to the shortstop. So Lacey good line drive to the shortstop for the 3rd out. So Wildcats are not able to take advantage of a double and a couple walks. So it's going to stay 2-0. Cal-Wheat's defense is hanging in there, and kind of some of our the Wildcats' miscues as far as base running has kind of kept this game close. So I'm going to give a shout out here to Next Bank. Next Bank is financially strong community bank. Invested partnerships help their customers achieve what's next for their financial dreams. Next Bank has 5 locations to serve you: Central City, Cedar Rapids, Marion, Coralville, Waterloo. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. All right, so Sarah Reed's still on the mound for the Wildcats, having a really good night. I think I mentioned she's got 12 strikeouts in the first game. She's got, I believe I have 6 down here for the second game. Cal-Wheat's going to be top of 5 here. And it looks like they're going to have their 8, 9, and 1 hitters up. So big inning here. Big inning for the Wildcats. If we can get out of here, 1, 2, 3. Don't let the bottom of the order hurt us. We'll see what happens. There's going to be a high fly ball caught by Leah Weber. So that's a good way to get the inning started here. 1 out, top of 5. Brings up the number 9 hitter. And it's a ball. Sarah has not been behind in the count very often. And there's another ball. I don't think Sarah's been down 2 balls and no strikes since the first inning of the first game. Make that 3-0. This is definitely a first for tonight. So let's see if Sarah can come back, work back. Oh, 4 straight balls. Haven't seen that. All right. So it's going to bring up the top of the order. There's 1 out. We've got top of 5 here. 2-0, Wildcats up. There's a strike. Again, Cal-Wheat has not had a lot of base runners, so let's hopefully Wildcats can make the plays they need here to get out and not give up any runs. There's a swing, and it's going to be a foul ball. Goes into the fence right in front of the Wildcat bench. So that makes it 0-2. This is more like the count that Sarah's been having most of the night. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. We're in the top of the 5th inning. 1 run on for 1 runner on. And there's a swing and a miss. All right, that's her 7th strikeout of this game, and it's going to bring up the second batter in the lineup. And let's see if we can get another strikeout. There's going to be a grounder straight to Emma Fritcher. She has to take 1 step, and she steps on first base. And she's going to take that unassisted for the 3rd out. So the Wildcats get out of there after that walk. I believe That was Sarah's first walk of the night. She did not have a walk in the first game. Came back with a strikeout and got that ground out. So no runs in that fifth inning. Wildcats are clinging to a 2-0 lead. We've really kind of run ourselves into some just not real smart base running. Again, part of it is they've had limited practice time in the sense that they started June 1 and started games like 2 weeks later. So there's a lot of stuff sometimes, and some of the kids that are running themselves into some of those forced errors, I guess, base running have been 8th graders. So it's quite a jump from junior high and JV if they played some JV, junior high to varsity. So this is, like I said, it's a learning experience out there. Hopefully they're learning from their mistakes and the coaches will talk to them, because with this abbreviated season, I know they're going to want to use those kids when the tournament comes. And so this is the great opportunity. Hopefully they're not going to hurt us to the point where we aren't going to be able to come away with a win tonight. So let's just keep that in mind. But Wildcats here are plugging away. So it looks like it's going to be Sarah, Cammie, and Emma Fritcher for the Wildcats. Sarah's had a hit. Actually, 2 hits. She had a single in the first and a double in the third. So let's see what she can do here. If she can get us started, help herself out a little bit. And it looks like Cal Wheat is continuing to go with the pitcher who started game 2. And there's a ball for the first pitch to start the inning here. And there's a rip to left field. One hop. Left fielder picks it up. Sarah's on first. Sarah's having a night at the plate and pitching. So she's had a double and now 2 singles. So now Cammie Ellis, the DH, is going to be up. Cammie's had I think a hit and a sacrifice, or 2 hits. I can't even keep track. Can't even tell what I wrote for the first time she was up. So we'll see if Cammie can keep things going. There's a grounder basically that rolls across home plate, but the catcher stops it, so no advancement there. This is a big inning here for the Wildcats. Got some good hitters up. Let's see if we can't get a couple extra runs. There's a nice play by the third baseman. Third baseman snags that ball, and Cammie is going to be safe by a fielder's choice. Third baseman snagged that and got it to the second baseman, and that's going to be the first out. So we just can't put any hits together here. We got Emma Fritcher. Emma's grounded out and lined out to that shortstop this game. She had a couple hits in that first game. Just hasn't been able to get things going. Yeah, Emma had 2 hits in that first game, scored a run for the Wildcats. See if Emma can and that's going to be hit out to the right fielder. So she went to a different side of the field, but wasn't able to make anything happen. So that's 2 outs. So we're going to bring up Hannah Kramer. I'm not sure. I think Hannah got on by an error first time up in this game, and then she got out. There's a strike. Hannah had a hit in that first game, so let's see if Hannah, who's playing second base tonight, it's 1-1 on Hannah with 2 outs. We are in the bottom of the 5th. And we have a runner on first, Cammie Ellis, DHing tonight for Shelby Rollinger, who's out in right field. Hannah Kramer is ahead 3-1 in the count, so This is a big pitch right here. It's got to be something really good that you can do something with, or else you're probably going to take it. And she took it, and it's a walk. So maybe Wildcat's got something going on here a little bit. Now we got runners on first and second. Cammie Ellis is going to move to second on that walk, and that's going to bring up Allie Fritcher. And Allie Fritcher hit the crap out of the ball last time. It would have practically hit me almost. If it's literally 6 to 8 inches higher, and the ball would have been over the fence for a home run. So she's definitely got her mark on this pitcher. Let's just see if she can find a hole again and get a big hit and get a couple runs here. We do have a runner in scoring position right now, and Allie did take the first pitch as a strike. So no balls, 1 strike. There's a ball, 1-1. So we've got runners on first and second. Allie Fritcher's up. 2 outs here, bottom of 5. And there's a hard hit ball. Goes right between the third baseman's, right between her legs. And we get a run there. So Cammie Ellis comes in on that single, RBI single by Allie Fritcher, and that gets Hannah Kramer, moves to second. Wasn't able to do anything because the play was right in front of us, and bring up Lily Kramer. We've got 2 outs. Again, runners now still on first and second. And Lily took a strike there. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. And this is what we need. We need another big hit or an error or something here to keep things going. Lily pops it up, and it goes right to the catcher. So we just are not able to put anything together, but we did get 1 run, so that makes it 3-0 after 5 complete innings. And the Wildcats will be at the top of the order the next time. Cal Wheat is going to be with their 3, 4, and 5. So this is a big inning here for the Wildcats, big inning for Sarah. Looks like she's still coming in to pitch, I think. Yep. All right, so Sarah's going to stay on the mound for the Wildcats. Natalie Noonan's going to stay behind the plate, and it looks like we have the same defense. Emma Fritcher at first. Hannah Kramer at second, Lily Kramer at short, and Lacey Hennick at third, and then we've got Shelby rolling her out in right, Leah Weber in center, and Allie Fritcher in left. It looks like no changes by either team. All right, so this game, the Wildcats were able to get 7 runs in the first game, in the first inning, and then they came back with 4 in the second inning, and they got up 11-0, and the final score after 5 innings was 11-1. This game's been a little different. Wildcats just haven't been able to put their hits together. They've had some hits, but they just haven't been able to put them together. But we have squeaked out 3 runs here. Got 2 runs, I think it was in the second. Yeah, 2 runs in the second, and we got a run in the 5th. So now we're going to go here into the 6th inning. Cal Wheat has not been able to hit the ball, but their defense, they've made some really nice plays, and the Wildcats have kind of run themselves out of a couple innings. Coach will definitely have some things to work on the next time they're able to practice as far as talking about base running situations. I'm not sure what's going on. We've got an official in the dugout. I don't know what's going on. The home plate umpire must have did something to his hand. He's getting it taped up. It's tough to be an umpire. All right, so looks like Cal Wheat's ready to go. Hopefully the Wildcats can continue to contain the bats. Sarah's having a great night. Again, 12 strikeouts in game 1. She's got 7 strikeouts in game 2 here. Going the distance for the Wildcats, and there's a foul ball. So just like that, Sarah's on top. No balls, 1 strike. And there's a swing and a foul ball. So it's going to be 0-2. And we've got the number 3 hitter up for Cal Wheat. Ooh, a little high. One ball, 2 strikes. And there's going to be a pop-up, and it's going to go foul behind the Cal Wheat dugout, which is the first base dugout. Goes out of bounds, or out of play. Get my sports right here. Sarah Reed on the mound, and there's going to be a hit, and it's going to be get through the infield, picked up by Allie Fritcher, and she gets it in. So Cal Wheat starts the 6th inning with a hit. Out to left field. It's going to bring up their number 4 hitter who had a hit last time up. Oh, it's beautiful. The sun's not in my eyes anymore. I think we have a courtesy runner, so they're getting things figured out here on the lineup card, and we are ready to play some softball here. We've got a runner on now, no outs. And there's going to be a hit, and Shelby did a great job of getting to first or to right field and cutting it off. Good base running here by Cal Wheat. They get a runner who advances, not really again not getting the ball in real quickly to keep that runner at second. So there's a hit to right field. So whoops, we got runners on first and third. No outs. No outs, and this gal that's up has struck out and bunted and for a sacrifice. And so Wildcats first and third situation, Wildcats give the second base to the runner. So now Cal Wheat's got runners on second and third, no outs. Wildcats up 3-0. Ooh, little higher inside. 2 balls and no strikes. There's a strike for Sarah. Sarah Reed, nice play. Line drive right back at Sarah, and she's able to get her glove up and make the play. Wow, line out to Sarah. Huge play. Runners are not able to advance on that, so we still have runners on second and third. 1 out, big out right there. That was a rope. Brings up the 6th hitter who hit it to a pop-up to second base and has had a strikeout tonight. So there is another fly ball. And Fritcher in foul territory, gives it an effort but just isn't able to make the play. She was right by the fence. I'm not sure if she knew where the fence was. Hit her glove, I think. I'm not sure. So that would have been a huge out right there. Hopefully we can get this girl anyway. You hate those foul ball situations where when you're able to potentially make that out and you can't come up with it. But that would have been a heck of an effort by Fritcher. Oh, nice pitch by Sarah Reed there. So it's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Cal Wheat's got a little thing going. They've got runners on second and third. There's that fly ball again, and Shelby Rollinger comes in, and nice, get it in. There we go. Shelby, nice play. Fly out to right field, and it was just Shelby had to run in and make a play, and she was able to get the ball in right away and got it home, and the runners were not able to advance. So big play right there. Nice pitch by Sarah. Big catch out there by Shelby. Heads up, getting it infield right away, and there's going to be a hit, to Lacey Hennick, and Lacey throws it to first for the third out. So Wildcats had their closest that Cal Wheats come. They put together a couple things there, but the Wildcats were able to, great play by Sarah with that line out. Nobody advanced after runners being on second and third, and then a fly out to right field, and then a grounder to third base, and the Wildcats are out of that inning. So there was a little bit of things going on, but the Wildcats were able to shut it down. So good job by the defense there, making some plays. You got to like to see that. So I've got in my thing, I've got that the Wildcats are going to be at the top of the order with Natalie, Leah, and Lacey. Natalie's had she had a hit and a walk, and she's had a fielder's choice in this game. Leah's had a walk and a hit, and Lacey's had a hit. So they've each had a hit. Again, the Wildcats have had some hits in the innings. They just haven't been able to put a bunch of the hits together. So let's see if we can't do that this inning and get a few more runs. It's 3-0. We're in the bottom of the sixth. Be nice here going into the top of the seventh to have just a couple extra runs just for a little more cushion. So let's see what Natalie does to get us started. The pitcher who started game 2 for Cal Wheats still on the mound, and she one-hops that ball in. So Natalie goes up 1 ball, no strikes. And there's a swing and a miss. So we got 1-1. Be great if we could get Natalie on here. Get somebody on with no outs. There's a hit, and it's going to go right underneath the shortstop's glove. Perfect spot for that ball. So Natalie gets things going here in the bottom of the sixth with a hit. And it's going to bring up Leah. Leah had a big hit in the second inning to get a run for the Wildcats, to get the first run on the board. See if Leah can step up and get another big hit for us. Oh, nice little, there's no way they're going to get her on that. Leah's the slapper, and she's been kind of slapping and swinging away there. And this time she kind of ran through and just dropped it right in front of home plate, and nobody was able to get that. So Leah's on with a hit, and so that gets some things going here for the Wildcats. We got runners on first and second. It's going to bring up Lacey. Lacey had a really good hit last time. It looks like she's going to bunt, lays down a nice bunt. Lacey's giving herself up, and she's going to be safe. Lacey was giving herself up with the sacrifice, and I don't know if that was the first baseman or the second baseman coming over to cover first on that bunt, and they dropped it, so we got runners safe all the way around. Like I said, Lacey was bunting, give herself up just to get the runners to second and third. And just like that, Wildcats have bases loaded. Maybe we can explode and end this game this inning here. Get a few more runs. We've got Sarah up. Sarah's got 3 hits tonight, 2 doubles in this game. Or I'm sorry, a double and 2 hits in this game. So she's 3 for 3. See if she can put something out there and help herself out here with a couple runs. And there's a rip. And it's going to go out to center field, and it gets by the center fielder, and it's going to roll here a little ways. And Sarah is legging it to third. There it is. Bases clearing. I'm going to give her a single on that, and then an error. I don't know that she would have had a double. So there's a single, and I'm not going to go into, because I know she's not going to get 3 RBIs on that, but maybe 1 RBI for sure, and then the other runs score on the error. I'm not sure about all that, and I'm not too worried about it. All I'm worried about is that the Wildcats got 3 runs there. So just like that, I have 1 big hit, and it's 6-0. It's going to bring up Cammie Ellis, the DH tonight. She got on a fielder's choice, and she's had a couple hits tonight and scored a run. So we'll see if Cammie can stay hot up there at the plate and bring in the courtesy runner, Lexi Hennick, and she's going to bunt, and she's out, but oh, for God's sakes. Wow. Again, not the best base running. I'm not sure what's going on there. I think Cammy gave herself. I guess I don't know what. No, I don't know. That wasn't the best. So there's a double play. So 2 to I don't know, 4 for 1 out, and then 4 to 2 for 2 outs. So I'm not sure about that. Not sure about that at all. All right. Needless to say, the Wildcats got 3 runs. Now they've got 2 outs, and there's another big rip, and that's in between the right fielder and the center fielder. Center fielder does do a nice job of coming over and picking that ball up, and Emma Fritcher's got a hit for us. So let's get some things going again here. We can do some stuff with 2 outs. It's 2 outs. We're in the bottom of 6th. Wildcats got 3 runs on a big hit by Sarah Reed, and I think we've got Hannah Kramer up now with a runner on first. So we kind of ran ourselves out there. And again, just some not the smartest base running, but again, I've mentioned it. It's some 8th graders, and hopefully they're getting things figured out and learning on the job here, I guess. There's 1 and 1, 2 outs. Emma Fritcher's on first, and Hannah Kramer's up to bat. Hannah walked her last time up. Hannah had a hit in the first game. So we got 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, 6-0 Wildcats, bottom of 6. There's going to be another pitch and another ball, so 3 and 1. Right here, if it's good, Hannah should be driving it. And that's going to be ball 4. So Wildcats still got some stuff going on here. That's going to be a runner on first and another walk for Hannah. And that's going to be runners on first and second. Allie Fritcher. Allie's had 2 hits, had an RBI last inning to bring in that 3rd run for the Wildcats. So she's been hitting this pitcher pretty good. See if she can't keep things going. I'm not sure what's not sure what just happened right there, but the umpire came out in front, stopped play for a second. All right, here we are, bottom of 6, 6-0 Wildcats, and there's going to be another hit, and it's going to be in between the left fielder and the center fielder, and the center fielder picks it up. God, why are we doing that? And there's another thrown out. I do believe we scored another run. And the Cal Wheats center fielder did a nice job of getting the ball in and hitting the cutoff, and the cutoff then hit Allie trying to get to him, getting a little greedy, and that's the 3rd out. So Wildcats do score 4 runs, though, in the bottom of the 6th, so they do have a little bit of breathing room. We need 3 outs to end the game. It's 7-0. Cal Wheat's going to come up. Sarah Reed's going to stay on the mound for 2 games tonight here, and I have her down for 7 strikeouts, 12 in the first game, 7 here in the second. So that's 19 strikeouts on the night for Sarah. And Cal Wheat put together something there in that top of the 6th, but had their first 2 batters on, but the Wildcats were able to get out of it. So I've got 8, 9, and 1 up for Cal Wheat. And there's going to be a hit, and they start this inning off with a single up the middle. All right, so brings up the next batter. I have her as the number 9 hitter. See what happens. If they need some runs, so chances are they're not going to be bunting. They can't really afford to give the Wildcats any outs, so I'm assuming they're just going to be swinging away up there. So the Wildcats just need to make some plays. Sarah hopefully lets her defense do some work for her here if she can't do it herself. And just like that, Sarah's 0-2 up on this batter. Sarah's been 0-2 all night. See if she can take her herself. No outs. Top of 7. Wildcats up 7-0. And there's going to be a fly ball. And Lily Kramer does a nice job of, from her shortstop position, running a couple feet into the grass and making that play behind second base. That's a big out for the Wildcats. Because now that runner had to stay at first, so the Wildcats have one out, runner on first. They got the number 1 hitter up. She's had a strikeout, fly out, and there's another pop up and foul ball. Shelby Rollinger had a beat on it but tripped right at the last minute. Good effort. So there's a strike on the lead-off hitter here for Cal-Wheat. And there's going to be a line drive, another foul ball down that right field sideline. And Shelby really didn't have a chance to make a play on that one. It was a pretty hard hit ball. Got down there pretty quick, but it's a foul. So Sarah's ahead 0-2 on this batter. Again, really doing a good job of working ahead in the count tonight. And there's a foul ball. Again, this is Cal-Wheat's leadoff hitter. The number 8 hitter had a hit right up the middle. So she's on first base. Then a fly out to Lily at short, who caught that behind second base, made a nice play. So Wildcats have 2 outs here that they need to get, and we'll have a win. And there's going to be a wild pitch that gets past Natalie. It hit in front of the plate and kind of took a weird bounce and got past Natalie. So that's going to put the runner on second. To be honest, this runner doesn't really mean anything. They just need to concentrate on the batters. They just need 2 outs. And there's going to be, nice. Oh, and they got her. Yes, double play ends the game. Sarah Reed deserved to make that play. Line drive. Sarah makes another great play with her glove. Line drive to right back at her, and she had enough wherewithal to turn around and throw it, and Hannah was covering. And she gets it to Hannah, and they doubled up that runner. Those line drives are tough. Your momentum's going towards third, and then you think that potentially it's going to get through, and then it doesn't. And so nice job of Hannah being there to double up that runner and get the out for the Wildcats. So nice game there, 7-0, and wow, good game for the Wildcats. They get us 2 wins, and that's going to put them up to 5-3 now in the season. That's 4 straight wins for the Wildcats, so that's got to feel good. All right, I'm just going to wrap things up here. Wildcats win that first game again, 11-1, scoring 7 runs in the first inning and 4 runs in the second inning, and then just holding on, and gave up 1 run there in that the fourth inning, and they were able to get a pretty easy win there. Natalie Noonan with a bases clearing triple in that first inning, get 3 RBIs. She ended up with 2 hits in that first game, and Sarah had, like I mentioned, 12 strikeouts. Sarah then pitched game 2, and she ended up with 7 strikeouts in the second game. And Wildcats really were able to control the offense of Cal-Wheat. Defensively, I will have to give Cal-Wheat's defense did have some nice plays tonight. And so, you have to give them credit. They did hang in there. In that second game, I guess the hitting hero here is Sarah. She had 4 hits at a double, and she for sure had 1 RBI. Even though 3 runs scored, she hit it and it got past the center fielder, and then the other 2 runs were able to score. Leah Weber had couple hits and an RBI. So great overall team effort by the Wildcats tonight to come away with 2 wins. 7-0 and 11-1 in 5 innings in that game. Sarah Reed gets 2 wins tonight. So great outing for the Wildcats. Just want to give one more shout out to Next Bank. From your first checking account to your first car, first mortgage to retirement, and all the money matters in between. Next Bank people relate because they're your people. They are in your community, sitting beside you at the kids' games, working local fundraisers, and shooting the breeze at the grocery store. Start building the banking relationships of a lifetime with Next Bank, conveniently located in Central City, Waterloo, Cedar Rapids, Marion, Coralville. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. All right, Wildcats get 2 big wins tonight in softball. Beautiful night for a softball game. Make sure, I don't know off the top of my head, we'll be back next week, and I can't remember if it's a baseball or a softball game. So make sure you check our Facebook page, and I'll have that posted, and we will be bringing you hopefully here the rest of the home games, at least a couple more baseball games and a couple more softball games. Basically, we can only be in one place at one time, and unfortunately the Wildcats, when they play conference games, the boys and the girls are playing at the same time, so we're trying to kind of bring you both a couple softball games, a couple baseball games here on this shortened season. So make sure you're listening in, and again, checking Facebook, and I'll try to get that out there, and maybe even Mr. Carlson can do one call potentially just to let you know that we will now be broadcasting. I think we have our Wi-Fi issues taken care of, and so it's good to be back out here doing this. So I hope everybody enjoyed the broadcast. I'm Cindy McCarthy, and again, Wildcats get 2 big wins in 5 innings. Game 1, 11-1, and in 7 innings, the second game, 7-0. So great wins for the Wildcats. We will be back at this next week. Go Cats!